Hey, you guys, and welcome to my July TBR to be read. Some of you, hey, haven't seen one of these in a while, unless of course you saw my hashtag yearathon TBR for this month. I did mention I was going to be doing a monthly one as well, so here we are. I'll link down my hashtag yearathon TBR if you guys want to check that one out, because I won't be mentioning any of those books here. So, let's go ahead and get started. So the first book that I have to tell you guys about, and I'll link all the books I mentioned down below, is an old buddy read. It's been like 2 months and I've been shameful on it. It's The 100 by Kass Morgan, and I was reading it with Ashely from Ashely's Got Bookcitement. I'll link anyone who I mentioned down below because we're going to be in the buddy read section for the first part of this video. And it's just been shameful. I was supposed to read it. I was supposed to watch the first season and I haven't done either, so hopefully my goal for this month is to finish one or the other. Being realistic there, hopefully it will be binge watching the show, but I haven't had much time, so maybe I'll just be watching a couple episodes at a time, so that'll be a thing. So yeah, actually I'll get to one or the other. And then another buddy read, which has been like 2 months and have been shameful, is The Room by Donoghue. And this one I was reading with Didi from frenchiedee, and it's not because I'm not liking it or not really liking the other one. I've been like in such a romance mood lately. If you guys have been watching my wrap-ups, it's ridiculous. Like everything, like 99% of the stuff I read was just like straight up contemporary, like romance. Just that was it. There's only been a few of them, so I'm trying to break that really badly. This one was just like too dreary, and the 100 was just like kind of too slow moving for that kind of break, you know. And this one, it follows a 6-year-old, well, I think he's 5 or 6, and he grew up in this room. All he knows is this room, and of course we know that his mother has been kidnapped, and he was born from the capture and her, and he was born in that room and everything. It's kind of like depressing, and then I just need to put it down, and then I just go off and read my romantic books. So yeah, that's the thing that's been happening. So hopefully I'll get to those soon. Another buddy read that I didn't even start was Charming Strange by Stephanie Kuehn. We were supposed to read this like 2 weeks ago, me and Greg from xXWhisperOfDreamsXx. I believe that's his channel name now. I'll link it down below if you guys know. This one follows this boy, and he goes off to this boarding school, and he's had a war with like 2 parts of his own personality with something that happened in his past, I believe. I read the first page, so that's what I kind of grasped from it. So hopefully I will get to it. It is a short read. I should read it fast like Greg did, because he was WhatsApping me the whole time that he was just like, Keisha, it just packs punch and stuff like that. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then we have, once the hashtag yearathon ends, we have Sweet Peril by Wendy and Higgins. Me and Katie are finally going to read this one together. We read Sweet Peril together. It was a reread for me actually, and it was awesome as the first time, so I'm really looking forward to continue on with this. And then we can get to Sweet Reckoning, and then when I buy Sweet Temptation, it won't be shameful. So yeah, there we go. And then I have I'm reading this one with Katie from Kitkatscanread, if I didn't say that. This one I'm supposed to be reading with Stephanie from the BookHopper. I believe I got all that right. And it is Unearthly by Cynthia. For me, this one is another reread. I believe I read it for the first time in like 2011, 2012. Maybe it's been a while, and I think I need to reread it as a refresher. And I don't want the highlights. I want to reread the whole thing and see how much, if I still love it as much as before, and then we can continue on with the sequel, because it's a trilogy, and I own the second and third book already, of course. And then I have, that I just picked up, I got it from, if you guys have seen my book haul, Monday, I'll link it down below. Geraldine was like, Keisha, read this book. And so hopefully I will like it. If not, I will blame it solely on her. And it is Station 11 by Emily St.John Mandel. And this one takes place in the future and in the past. So in the past, a flu happened, I believe some type of flu, and it wiped out like most of the humans on Earth and stuff. And then we go to fast forward to the future, and there's this girl, and she was an actress, and she's with this traveling circus now. But then we go back to the past, to when it first happened, I believe. So we go future and past, like it tells us what happened back then and how everything happened and how everything is going now. And I've been seeing it around a lot, and been hearing like great things. So I'm really looking forward to this book. And also, I didn't say, it has like the Frenchy flaps and the deckled edges, which I love. So then I went a shopping on my shelves, okay, you guys. It's a thing that I do, especially when I'm trying not to buy books. I mean, you may say you can't stare at this shelf for that long, but you can. But I wasn't just staring at this shelf. There's more shelves. So the first one that I picked up was A Matter of Life and Death or Something by Ben Stephenson, and it follows this 10-year-old boy who's kind of adjusting, I believe, I'm paraphrasing the plot, who is kind of adjusting to his stepfather, and I believe his dad is kind of not really in his life anymore, and he finds this notebook in his backyard, and then he becomes enraptured with that mystery of like who left it behind his house, who was this person who owned it, and in the process, you know, kind of like a growing of age novel, I guess. So I'm really looking forward to it because I read the first page or so and it was like really good, so hopefully it continues that way. And then the same thing with this, although I feel like I did show this one before as well, maybe. And it's Andrew's Brain by E.L. Doctorow, and it's just like kind of like a stream of conscious book, kind of, because we're in this guy's brain for like the whole novel, and we just like see how he lives his life and like what's happening, and it's just like in his head though, so we like get like probably like stray thoughts and stuff like that. So it's really interesting. Maybe I should do like a what's that word, a fragmented video where like I just read like a couple of pages to you guys so you guys can see what's going on. And then I picked up Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl, which was given to me by Alyssa from ACReads, and she actually gave me like an autographed copy and everything, turns out. She didn't even read this book, she just gave it to me. I thought she had read it at the very least, but she didn't. Hopefully I got that information right. But it follows this boy, and he is forced to be friends with this girl who is dying, is basically the gist. And I had seen it around for a long time, and then it was just kind of there, and it wasn't something that was particularly high on my list. But when Alyssa asked if she was getting rid of it, and I was like sure, I'll take a chance. And actually, as I've been seeing like the movie, like the movie's coming out and hearing people talk about it, kind of reinvigorated my interest in it, so hopefully it will be good. I'm starting to think I might actually like it, because before I wasn't so sure. And then I have Paris Immortal, A Vampire Tale by S. Roit. And I've gotten this a long time ago from Didi from frenchiedee, and it's about this guy Trey, and he has these new legal clients, and he heard they're like really stressful to work with, but he's finding them not so difficult, a little hard to get a hold of in the daytime for some odd reason. And just like he just knows that there's something familiar about them, but he just and peculiar, he just can't shake these feelings. So yeah, so that's the thing that happens, and I feel like I'm in like a really vampire mood because I've been watching fan videos of their originals for like, oh, Klaus, you. Oh, I'll actually link one of the fan videos I've been watching like non-stop. It has like the song Gangsta Paradise set to like, it's really cool, you guys, check it out. So then we have some graphic novels that I'm hoping to get to. The first one is The Wicked and the Divine, which I actually got from Didi as well for my birthday, and this one is the False Act, the Compendium Part 1, and I've really been enjoying these so far. I've been reading them issue by issue and then doing reviews on them, so I'll link all those down below. It's about every 90 years, 12 gods are reincarnated. They're loved, hated, and in 2 years they're all dead. So I will probably do like I will try to do like a review when I'm done with the first issue 4 and 5. I actually read issue 4, but I'm probably going to read it again. Because that's what I do. I usually read it twice before I do like a review, and of course before I read like each sequel I reread all the other ones previously, and I stare at them for a really long time, and Geraldine kind of laughs at me. She's just like, why does it take you so long? And I'm like, I'm soaking everything in. Does anyone else do that? Like, it doesn't take me 5 minutes because I'm just staring at the picture like, ooh, and then trying to see details in like the background, and I actually do discover stuff. So thank you very much. It just takes me a while. So when I reread issue 4 and then get to and do a review, and then get to number 5 and do a review, and then this way I can get the second compendium, which came out. So yes, awesome. And then for those of you who don't know, I subscribe to Comic Bento, which is where they give you like graphic novels. This is like a subscription box where they give you like $60 worth of comics each month. I'll link both of my unboxings for May and June down below so there's more information and stuff. But from the last box, the June box, I wanted to read the Valiant. And this one is about this internal warrior, and he's like been on Earth for like 10,000 years, you guys. I don't know why I need to put it like that, but he has been like on the losing side of like all the people he has been protecting, but then there is like a secret weapon that comes into play, so it's really going to be interesting. I believe that he's going to be in modern day probably by the end. I'm not sure, but there's like 4 issues in here, I believe. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And then we have Captain Midnight, and it follows Jim Albright, who's one of the world's greatest minds, a genius inventor, and during World War II he is in this fight with these Nazis, and he is pushed, or like he like crashes, I guess, into the Bermuda Triangle or whatever, and comes out, and it is modern day, and he's adjusting slash whatever that last mission slash fight was about comes into play as well, because I like started it a little bit, so I kind of know. So it looks awesome so far, so I can't wait to read some more. So yeah, I believe these two, while the characters have been around for a while, like these are kind of like rebooted into like their own, like, so it's okay to read from starting from there. I'll link everything that I mentioned, books, down below. You guys let me know if you guys have read any of these graphic novels or these books below. What are your thoughts on them? Like them, hated them? You guys excited for the Me, Earl, and Dying Girl movie? You're gonna read the book first or watch the movie first? Which one? Let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. And also let me know what you guys are gonna be reading for the month of July. See ya!